Friday the 13th, which do not be afraid of Friday the 13th. They have put in they've demonized the number 13. They've put a lot of scare tactics and a lot of negative connotations on Friday the 13th, make you think that is, something to be afraid of, something evil, something negative, and it is not. Okay, 13 is the number of the goddess. It's the number of the divine feminine. And a part of the patriarchal scheme to take the power, misappropriate, usurp. I want to say usurp because the power doesn't leave. It's only been usurped. To usurp the power of the goddess and the divine feminine by demonizing everything that was connected to her worship and veneration. So Friday the 13th is actually a sacred day for the goddess Freya, also known as Aphrodite or Venus. So it was a day of fertility, it was a day of love, it was a day of beauty, and it was a day that was celebrated, okay? Also, the goddess Lilith has a connection to Friday the 13th. So this is not a day to fear. If you are a woman who understands her inner goddess energy, this will be a day for you to use some self-love rituals, okay? Work with the energy of Venus, work with the energy of Oshun, of Aphrodite, of Lilith, and all of these divine feminine goddesses whose energy will be exalted on this Friday the 13th. Also on this Friday the 13th, we're going to have a feast day for the messenger Baba Legba. Now, some of you get a little bit confused about this trinity of spirits that I would call it. So we have Eshu, who is the childlike aspect of this trinity of energy. And then you have Elegua, who is more like the prince. Like, think of him in like the middle-aged prince of this trinity of energy. And then we have Baba Legba, who's more like the old man of this trinity of energy. They're all known to be keepers of the crossroads, which means Papa Legba's home is at the crossroads, literally a street that intersects, okay? Three-way crossroads and four-way crossroads, but three-way crossroads are especially connected to him. His number is 3, and he sits at the doors as well. A lot of times people will have their altars to him on the floor by the door because he's the opener of doors and the opener of roads. So Papa Legba is not considered an Orisha. He's considered a messenger to the Orisha. So he's called first in all rituals. And in order to connect with the other Orishas, you need to first have a connection with Papa Legba because he's the messenger. He opens the roads and delivers communications to the other Orishas. As well as Papa Legba is often petitioned when you're trying to bring in something new. So he opens roads, which means that he brings